new trade tariffs from the US, a lighter rate for South Korea, a higher rate imposed on India. US President Donald Trump announced that, starting from August 1st, new base tariffs will be imposed on products imported from South Korea and India. This was reported by the BBC. South Korea will impose a 15% tariff on cars and chips, and a 50% tariff on metals. Trump stated that a complete and perfect trade agreement had been reached with South Korea, and announced that a 15% tariff would be imposed on cars and semiconductors imported from that country. If the two countries had not reached a trade agreement, this figure could have risen to 25%. In addition, South Korea's steel and aluminum products are also subject to the general tariff rate set for all countries worldwide, a 50% duty. As part of the agreement, Seoul will invest $350 billion in the U.S. economy. $150 billion of this amount is allocated to support shipbuilding in the U.S., including the construction of military vessels. South Korean President Lee Jae-myung assessed this agreement as one that aligns with our country's interests and creates a competitive environment. One of the key achievements was that South Korea managed to retain all its demands not to increase imports of rice and livestock products from the U.S. India is being sanctioned because of its trade relations with Russia. Trump announced that he would take much tougher measures against India. In particular, starting from August 1st, a 25% tariff will be imposed on products imported from this country. In addition, a separate punitive tax will also be applied in response to India purchasing weapons, fertilizer, and oil from Russia. However, the specifics of this sanction have not yet been clarified. India is our friend, but its tariff rates on goods will be among the highest in the world, said Trump. He also criticized India for continuing to purchase military equipment and energy from Russia, adding that Moscow must stop the bloodshed in Ukraine. In response, the Indian government stated that it strives to establish a mutually beneficial, fair, and balanced trade agreement. The trade volume between the US and India reached $190 billion in 2024. However, the trade deficit between the two countries amounts to $45.8 billion. Trump noted that India has already reduced tariffs on certain products, including bourbon whiskey and motorcycles, and emphasized the need to restore overall trade balance. Overall, the leaders of both countries have set a goal to increase the trade volume to $500 billion. Thank you for your attention. Don't forget to subscribe to the Z News channel, hit like, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you.